Hi, in this video, let's see the concept of multi-turn conversations chart with stream. So if you have not watched my previous videos, I strongly suggest you to go ahead and to watch the videos. This again comes under the text generation. What exactly the text generation means? We pass either the text or a image as an input, and then it generates the text as an output. So over here, for example, let's say if you say like you have two houses in your hometown, and then you say something like this to the chat gpt or Gemini, and then later if you ask like, hey, how many houses I do have in my hometown, it responds like two. So this is called the chat conversation. And what exactly the streaming over here, whenever you go to the chat gpt or Gemini, whenever you type something, it generates the output and it looks like it is like typing it for you, right? So like that, you can, by using the streaming operation, you can generate the output like that. I mean, it is like very efficient because it will not take lots of time to generate. I mean, it starts typing and it starts whatever it already thought of generating, it will display for you. Whereas if you don't use this stream, so basically it will generate all the content, it will store in the RAM or in the memory, and then once after the entire generation is completed, it will display it for you. So again, I always suggest anyone like to go ahead with the stream because this is like more effective. Let's see how we can do the code. Edit, select all cells, edit, delete. So from Google, import GenAI. From Google.colab, import user data. Let's get our API key is equal to user data dot get Google API key. Okay. So let's say our client is equal to GenAI dot client. We already have covered this one, so I'm going a little fast here. API key, right? So now let's say chart is equal to client dot charts dot create model. I'm not passing the contents here. I mean, you can see I have 10 cars in my home hometown, for example, let's say. Okay. And then now let's say response, the user is sending a response, chat dot send message, for example, let's say. So go to the here if you're typing something, I have 10 cars in my hometown, right? If you click, if you do this one, it's like, okay, name this one, you have like 10 cars. Fun fact, you own 10 cars here. And now again, if I say like how many cars I have in my hometown, and if I ask something like this, it says like you have 10 cars. This is what we are going to do. And also the streaming, which means that it will generate output as if like it is typing. You can see it is thinking, it has typed. Yep. So let's go back. So send message. Oh, I'm sorry. Gemini, sorry, I'm so correction here. Model Gemini 2.5 Flash. I don't know. Maybe I need some coffee. Chat dot send message. I have 10 cars in my hometown. Right. So print response dot text. So this is what we have seen earlier. Dot send message. But here, what we are going to do. So response is equal to chat dot send message stream. I have 10 cars in my hometown, right? So now let's see how it prints this one. Print response dot text. Okay. So because it will generate when we are streaming, it is generating an object. So what we have to do? So for chunk in response, print chunk dot text. Let's say this one. Okay, so it took this one and it said like, yeah, it's good. And then I'm going to ask this one, chart, send message, stream, how many cars. It's a similar to what we have seen in the previous video. I have in my hometown. So again, for chunk, in response, print chunk dot text. So let's put something here in between these two, print. Okay. Okay, so based on what you just told me, you have 10 cars in your hometown. This is like really good. And now, if you would like to have this like a role, the user and the model in terms of role, you can just format this one for message in chart dot get history, right? So print if role, you can say like message dot role, and you can also say like end. This is already we have seen earlier in the previous videos. I'm just going ahead. If then we can get like message dot parts of zero dot text. You can see it is like typing. Yep. Okay. So here the role, the user, I have 10 cars, and the model said like, wow, it's really good. And again, the model asked like, hey, all of those like personally yours or the business, or do you have a passion for different cars, etc. I mean, I did not respond like back to that, and I said like, I asked the user, the role user, I asked like how many I have in my hometown. The model said like, based on your previous statement, you have 10 cars in your hometown. This is how you can generate the text based on input text or like input image. So this is the end of the section text generation. So please do watch my other videos as well, which talks about generation, video generation, speech, music, long context, and etc. And also we're going to talk about the functions as well. Thank you for watching this video.